Hello, welcome back to Hampden tonight. Now I'm going to introduce my guest. He is the creator of Good News Baltimore, Jamar Jones. Jamar.
Oh my God. Can you do the music again? Just get the extended version like that? Can we get the
extended dance mix?
Yes. Can you turn that into like a, what is it?
Let the bass drop.
Yeah, there you go.
Alright, so let's just dive right in. Good News Baltimore. I've enjoyed it a lot. I've actually worked on a few of the projects.
Yes.
Just a few questions, like how did you begin? How did you want to start it? Or how did you begin it? How did you start it?
I didn't want to work for Fox. That was literally it. I was sitting on 28th Street and I was like, I don't want to work for Fox.
You have a problem with Bruce Cunningham or?
Not personally.
Okay.
But you know, I didn't want to go the typical route of, you know, the people that we came out of undergrad with. You know, it seemed like that was the rite of passage. You know, like that was the only, you know, the only way.
Full disclosure: Jamar and I are college classmates, so I've known him for a little while. So when you started it, like, what was your sort of vision?
To be able to watch like a news style platform that didn't make you sad at the end of it, like. You know, somebody got stabbed, there was a fire, you know, some kittens were thrown away.
Sort of to get away from the, I guess, if it bleeds, it leads.
Exactly, you know, if it bleeds, it leads,
sort of
typical thing. Yeah,
the tragedies of.
Yes.
Some
what was it, the Tales of Woe?
Tales of Woe,
yes.
As the sea captain.
Yeah. Yeah, that was on the news, all that. Right before you came here, you just saw it.
Oh, see, I was here, I missed that. Was that breaking? So who are the people that are behind GNB? Like, what type of people do you sort of look for to create projects and produce content?
Well, we typically to kind of step out of, you know, what that is, to give a context to everyone. It's Good News Baltimore is a web series that promotes progressive information.
Okay. That
talks about things happening in Baltimore that are interesting or issues that need to be discussed and what people are in the communities are doing about those issues.
Okay.
So let's say if you had a nonprofit organization or if you just decided to take it upon yourself to deal with the trash in your community, you made your own, you know, initiative that galvanized the people in your community to make sure that trash never hit your street again. You know, those are the kind of things that we want to highlight and promote, because you're taking a leadership role and doing something that someone else may be able to implement in their own neighborhood.
Okay, because I was on the website earlier and I watched a piece about the food desert.
Right.
And that was something a concept I've never really heard of.
Really?
Yeah, I never heard of like food and desert doesn't really.
Those two words.
I just never I go to the market, but this was a segment about, I guess, more fresh fruits and vegetables, and bringing those to the community, and just basically giving people, I guess, more options.
Exactly. It's the understanding of the lack thereof when it comes to fresh fruits and veggies and stuff like that. Because I mean, in certain areas, all you have is a corn store. You know, where, you know, chips are great, but, you know, you can't have that for breakfast.
The crab chips are delicious here.
I believe it.
Get that right, that perfectly seasoned bag.
And that one special chip, one that's not broken.
Oh, the one, sometimes it's that one at the bottom with like that extra, somebody got heavy-handed with the flavor.
Some person.
Some dude in Hanover. Heavy-handed with the sea salt or whatever the case is. So, what has been your favorite story or type of story to cover so far?
I think one of the best pieces that we did so far was the childhood PTSD.
Okay.
Because that's something that people don't normally put two and two together. You know, like you said, food and desert. You know, PTSD is normally something that's designated for soldiers.
Right.
You know, but people don't realize that post-traumatic stress disorder can exist anywhere. You know, and oftentimes when you have kids that grow up in the hood, you know, they see somebody shot. Right. That kind of stuff messes with you.
Sort of like traumatic,
exactly.
Continuous traumatic events.
Exactly. Or if you're in a home and you know your parents are beating up on each other or something like that, they're beating up on you, you know, as a kid, you know, that kind of thing. But we followed 4 young boys from Baltimore that I'm sorry, 3 from Baltimore, 1 from like Atlanta or something, and we saw their plight because we allowed them to document themselves, and we documented their entire process as well. So they learned about themselves, they learned about each other, and that was like a healing process, you know, for them. And it really gave them a platform to speak about these issues that they never spoke about before. You know, and I really feel like it opened them up and gave a platform for other people like them to be able to feel comfortable to talk about those things. You know.
Have you guys decided to branch out and do like the greater Baltimore area? Do you want to like focus mainly on, I guess, city issues?
Well, the thing is that we talk about issues that exist in Baltimore because Baltimore has the makeup of so many different cities across America. Right. You know, and this model is applicable to so many things, so many places, because we talk about the issues and we talk about good things that are happening. And bringing about those solutions to those issues. But at the same time, we think about that on a global level. Like if we're talking about the Flint, Michigan thing, you know, we're talking about water and things like that. What are they doing? You know, and if that ever happened here, like let's say if that's happening here, and that would serve as a precedent, we would talk about that and what they did there and try to apply that here.
So maybe using Baltimore as sort of a microcosm as, you know, this is happening here, it's probably happening in other places, so that, you know, sort of ask the right questions to sort of maybe find some sort of solution or common ground with other cities.
Right, so we're thinking on like a global level and then taking those ideas and acting locally.
Okay, cool. Any future projects that you guys are working on?
Yes, we're actually in April, G&B Live. So we're taking our show from our studio in Southwest Baltimore. We're taking our show and doing a small tour throughout Baltimore to discuss various topics such as startup businesses, equitable housing, and those discrimination rights that go along with renters' rights and things like that, and leadership and overall progress in Baltimore 1 year later after the uprising. And that's what they call G&B Live. So that's the 7th of April, 14th, and 21st. And all the information on that is on our website, gblive.com. And it's basically an effort to get into the community so that way we can take our show and engage with people instead of just having a conversation with those professionals. Right. Have the conversation with the professionals, but allow the community to have a time to ask them as many questions as they want.
Bring them in to really see how. So there's a more of a back and forth than just them telling you.
Exactly. It's, we want to have a conversation instead of you just looking and like, oh, it was nice, let me share that. You know, just rather have the dialogue.
What stories have you covered that have, I guess, maybe personally affected you the most?
Again, I'm going to say the PTSD, but I think the lead poisoning. We did a piece on lead poisoning. That's really big. People don't know that still exists. It's an issue, but those two things have affected me really.
Okay. Appreciate you coming on, man. This has been awesome. Good to see you.
Definitely.
Jamar Jones, Good News Baltimore. We'll be right back with Michael Furr.